this episode, we're tapping in with a powerful voice rooted in culture and community. Joining us will be Emmy-winning poet and executive director of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, Caridad de la Luz. Let's get into it. So, for the beautiful people of the world, Loisaida to the world, can you give them a reintroduction of who you are, where you're from, and what you're about?
Um, well, I am a spoken word artist, a poet. I've been a lot of things in my life: an MC, an actress, a dancer, mother, um, activist, comedian. I've done a lot in my life. Caridad de la Luz, that's my given name, no middle name. Caridad de la Luz. Not de la Cruz, not Claridad, Caridad de la Luz, because that's my like doppelganger somewhere. It's Claridad de la Cruz is around. I get that a lot. But yeah, I'm better known as La Bruja, and I'm born and raised in the Bronx, still live in the Bronx. And but I've also have been raised in the Lower East Side. I went to Murray Bertram High School. I spent a lot of my upbringing in the Lower East Side, as well as on the island in Puerto Rico. I spent all of my summers in Puerto Rico, Manatee, and so I'm a Nuyorican.
Mm. And being a Nuyorican, you have, as you said, you have a special connection to Loisaida. So, to you, what does Loisaida mean to you?
Well, Loisaida, I love it because, if someone lives in the Lower East Side, they're a Lower East Sider. But Loisaida comes from Bimbo Rivas, who was a poet activist of this area here, and a man that transformed dilapidated spaces for his people to thrive. He created safe spaces. He was a pioneer in that, of Boricuas doing that in the Lower East Side. So he coined that phrase over 50 years ago, and here we are with the street name Loisaida, the festival Loisaida. It's also, it connects us to Loíza, Loíza Aldea in Puerto Rico. And so again, it's those roots, right? Those connect, that bridge between here in New York City and there in Boriquén. But Loisaida is pride, it's history, it's culture, it's over 50 years of that cultivation. And here we still are, representing and holding it up.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And since 87, 1987 to be exact, the annual Loisaida Festival has kept that spirit alive in the neighborhood, and it's shaped Nuyorican and immigrant stories. So, what is your fondest memory of the festival?
Oh my gosh, there's so many memories. It's hard to choose just one fond memory. Um, I love seeing all the people walking through the streets, like, just taking over blocks and blocks, and seeing Puerto Rican flags and flags of all cultures, and smelling the food, and, people with the artisans selling their wares. It's such a beautiful vibe. It happens in May, so it's not too hot. It's like the perfect time of year. My fondest memories, sheesh. I mean, I have hosted it in the past, and I did enjoy that thoroughly. I hosted with Deso of Piragua Art Space, and I know that uh, next up is you and I. So I think a fond memory is up to come. The fondest, it's really so hard to say. I know, like, being on stage and having people come up to me, people that I haven't seen in a long time, embracing people, and I don't know. It's just, my fondest memory is just that it exists at all.
It's true. And you said the people. I mean, I feel like that's the powerful connection with Loisaida when you come here. It's the community and the culture and the people. And this year's theme is a very powerful one. Our AmeRícan Thing. I love it. It's inspired by Tato Lavieras. vision of celebration as resistance and joy as a public expression of identity. What does that idea mean to you in the context of Loisaida today?
Well, I was mentored by Tato Laviera, and I have recited AmeRícan in the past. Um, I've seen him recite it. The fact that we're calling it that is it brings him back into Loisaida. It brings him back here, and he was here. He was an activist here too, a founder of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe as well, a playwright, poet. His vernacular was equally balanced in English and in Spanish. Like he was nasty with both languages, you know, and then for him to find that thread of American, but to find the Rican in it is genius and brilliant and another point of pride, you know. And he always was able to let Boricuas know that that we're equals, that we are just as important as any American, you know. The Rican part is there, even though um, being Puerto Rican to me, it's different than being American, even though we are colonized by America. Um, but it just shows our importance, our relevance, our contribution, and I just love that it brings him back into the space. It brings him back into the words and into the minds of the people, because time goes by so fast that, you know, it's easy to forget. And he was not one to be forgotten. He was a salsero, I mean, bailarín tremendo, salsero también, orgulloso, fino. I love him. I love Tato. And so all of those things, you know, AmeRícan. And I've seen people appropriate AmeRícan. Like I've seen it in runway shows. I've seen it put on shirts. I've seen people hold it up, but they forget who actually said it. So um, it's important. I'm happy that he is being recognized and that we are, yeah, bringing him back.
Thank you. That was very powerful what you shared, and it's and I can imagine there's so many more memories, right? Because it's what Tato. I mean, I met him more than 20 years ago, thanks to Deso. He introduced me to him with his mom, Angie Hernandez Calatio.
All these people, I love them so much. You know, I carry them with me, um, and I love them. I love them dearly. And Tato Laviera, you know, he called my daughter Orange. He was already going blind from diabetes, you know, so the fact that he saw my daughter as orange, you know, it's just so beautiful because that was really her favorite color. It was just, he just had this way of connecting and making you feel special, no matter who you were, no matter where you were. He had this aura about him, this way of being, and yeah, I adore him. I was there for his funeral. I brought a white bird to his funeral. And my father had a pigeon coop on our roof in the Bronx, and I've done that many times. And the way that the pigeon responds says a lot about the spirit. I always say a prayer when I release the bird, that the bird help take the spirit to the heavens. But when I released the bird at Tato Laviera's, you know, his ceremony, it didn't fly away. It stayed watching everybody. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave. So, you know, he's with us.
Um, so this year with that theme, that power, that legacy that comes with Tato, what are you looking forward to experiencing this year? I mean, we're co-hosting, right? You're gonna be my co-host. We're gonna be rocking the mics. We're gonna do our thing. But what is it that you're looking forward to see?
What am I looking for? Well, I'm surely always mesmerized by the performances, all the talent that comes to be able to introduce people and see them live, be able to dance along with the rhythms and with the people. I'm, looking forward to our banter because it's our first time co-hosting, and we've known each other how many years? More than 20. So I'm looking forward to that. Like that, the ping pong of yeah, what we say, what we see, and how we respond, how we react, what we invoke. I'm looking forward to the whole thing.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, esto es el aperitivo. This is a aperitivo for Loisaida leading up to the festival. AmeRícan, are you? Ya tú sabes, mi gente. Pa'lante. Gracias for listening, and stay tuned for next week's final episode featuring David Deso Soto, founder and CEO of Piragua Art Space and Brand, New Village Music Festival, and Decor Digital. Hasta la próxima. Pa'lante.